Hey guys, and welcome to another video of WarkTech. So in this video we'll talk about the file modes that we use in data file handling. Okay, now basically there are many file modes that we use for opening a file. Okay, so the basic concept behind file mode is that it specifies how to use the file. Okay, it tells the compiler that how are we going to use the file, how are we going to open the file. Okay, in what mode we are going to open the file. Okay, now there are various modes like input mode, output mode, append mode, truncate mode, and many more. Okay, we'll talk about them afterwards. Now the basic ideology here is it tells the compiler how to open the file. Okay, that is it. Okay, now we'll see the syntax is like this. First write the stream object, then write the operator, and then open. This is the syntax that we know for using the open function to open a file. After that you have to write the file name. Okay, this is you know this thing. Okay, then afterwards in the file mode you have to write the file mode inside this brackets. Okay, now the modes, we'll see about the modes afterwards, the syntax for this modes. Okay, or and the second way is writing using the constructor. Okay, then everything is same. Okay, you have read about this. Just write the file mode here. Okay, don't use the brackets. Okay, while writing this, don't use these brackets. Okay, just write the file mode here. Okay, now so here are the modes. The first one is iOS. This is a scope resolution operator, and then in. Okay, now as you know, in is for input. Therefore it opens the file in input mode for reading only. Okay, now whenever a file is open in input mode, you can only take data from the file. You cannot write anything inside the file. Okay, therefore this tells the compiler that open the file in input mode. Okay, second one is output mode. Very simple, that it opens the file in output mode and tells the compiler to open the file in output mode, and you can only write the data inside the file. You cannot take data from the file when the file is open in output mode. Now the third one is iOS append. Okay, now what this means is that when the file is open in this mode, it is always open in output mode. Okay, so this is only for output mode. The file is open in output mode, and then it is open in appended mode. Now what this is, the data written is stored at the end of the file. Okay, so after opening the file with append mode, okay, after opening this mode, the data which we enter after this will be entered at the end of the file. Okay, so this is why you use this, and the data which is inside the file will remain. Okay, there is no change in the data, just the new data will be added at the end of the file. Okay, therefore we use append mode to retain the previous data and to enter new data at the end of the file. Okay, we'll see about this in the examples. The fourth one is iOS 8. Okay, now in this mode what happens is the control, that is the cursor, is put at the end of the file. Okay, after opening the file. Okay, so whenever you use this mode iOS operator and then 8, the cursor will be at the end of the file. Okay, you can change the cursor afterwards, but after opening the file, after execution of the statement, the cursor will be at the end of the file. Okay, now the fifth one is iOS binary. Now what is this? Very simple, that the file is open in binary mode. Okay, there are two modes. First one is text mode, second one is binary mode. Now by default the files are open in text mode. Okay, suppose you don't specify this binary mode, then the files are open in text mode by default. Okay, now by default the if stream files are open in iOS input mode. Okay, so by default if you do not specify this mode also, then by default the file is open, if stream file is open in input mode. Okay, there is no need of writing this thing if you are opening the file in if stream class. Second thing is, by default if stream files are open in output mode. Okay, so there is no need to write the output mode while opening the file in if stream class. Now there is no default mode for the fstream class. Okay, so suppose you open a file using fstream class, then you have to specify the mode which you are using the file. Okay, there is no default mode for this fstream class. Now using iOS append mode, the data is written at the end only. Okay, so you cannot write so if you have opened the file using this iOS append mode, then there is no way you can write the data in the middle of the file. Okay, you cannot write the data in the beginning of the file. There is no way of writing the inside in the middle of the file. So there is only one way of writing the data in append mode, that is at the end of the file. Okay, therefore to write the data at the end of the file, you have to use append mode, and there is no way you can use the append mode to write data inside the in the beginning of the file or at the middle of the file. Okay. Now there is one more concept that you can combine two or more output modes inside the statement here. Okay. So here is the syntax that we are opening a file, okay, using the open function, and inside this we are using three or more the file modes here. So here is this is the same, this thing, that is write the first object name, then write the operator, then the open function, and inside the brackets we first write the file name inside the inverted commas, then we give a comma, and then we write the modes here. Okay, so to write more than one mode, what you have to do is you have to use this operator. Okay, now this one is present in the upper side of your key, enter key. Okay, so in the keyboard, in the upper side of your enter key, you'll get this operator here. This operator is nothing but the or operator that we use. So for or we use this thing. Okay, we use two lines, but for this operator we will use only one line. Okay, so here we have this operator used, and then write the second mode, and then use again the operator that is this one line, and then use the third mode, and like this you can use more than two or three or four modes. Now in the second case, we can open the file using constructor, and the same way you can use the syntax for more than one file modes. That is, write the first object name as file stream, then write the object name, and inside the brackets write the file name first, and then write the modes after giving the comma. Now here is use this operator to use more than one or two modes. Okay, so this is important while combining two or more or one or more file modes. Okay, let us see example here. Now here we have created object of class OFStream. Okay, that is the output class. Now here the object name is file out. Okay, now after this we have opened the file using the open function. Okay, now the file name is abc.txt, and then we have used three file modes here. The first file mode is in output mode. Okay, second file mode is append mode. Okay, you can see this is iOS operator, and then app. Okay, this is here, and then third one is iOS no create mode. Okay, so this is the way you can use more than one file modes. Just use this operator. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and the only thing here is very simple. Opening a file in output mode, use ios.out. Opening the file in input mode, use iOS input. And when you're opening a file using fstream class, always use the file modes. It is not necessary to use file modes when you're opening the file in ifstream class or out offstream class, but use the file mode when you're opening the file using fstream class. And you have the append mode, okay, which is very important while solving the problems. We'll see about that while solving the problems. So thanks for watching, and if you have any doubts and queries, you can just comment below.